Okay, Anderson Thomas here. Uh, these three things, if you do these three things, I can almost guarantee that you'll uncover corruption within campaign filings. Okay, I'm not going to 100% guarantee or your money back, that kind of thing, no. But I will say that if you do these three things, uh, and it doesn't matter which agency you're going through. So if you're looking at campaign finance on a state level, county level, 527 filings, FEC filings, it doesn't matter. These three things apply to all of them. Okay, so it's universal. It's really simple, and you'll have fun with this. So here we go. So the first thing you have to do when you're going through campaign filings is you have to organize your search properly. Okay, and the way you do that, it's really easy. The way you organize your search properly through the records is you pull up a file. Let's say it's a quarterly filing. Okay, you pull it up, and usually when you pull up a file like that, there will be, let's say if it's a state filing, or let's say it's an FEC filing, it may be 50 pages long, it may be 200 pages long. All right, well, when you do that, the first thing you do, if you can organize, if you do this, okay, if you organize it properly, you're going to start at the end. Okay, don't start at the beginning of the report, go all the way to the end and work your way back from there. Okay, so that is the first thing you have to do when you're dealing with campaign filings. If you do this, if you start at the end of every filing and work your way back from there, you're going to start off at a really good place. Okay, that's the first thing you got to do. Okay, now these are the three things that you have to do. If you do these three things, you'll uncover corruption in campaign filings. Okay, these three things. Okay, so the second thing you have to do, all right, is there are three words that you have to use in every filing, okay, that you search through. And every system, whether it's state or federal, has a search function, or you can download reports and you can keyword search those reports. Okay, well, keyword searching is imperative. And in this case, let's say you take an FEC filing. Okay, you want to go into the expenditures of a campaign, and when you go in there, you want to search, you want to go down into the search category of expenditure description. Okay, now when you're in expenditure description, that's where you use these three words. Okay, so the first word is salary. Make sure you search these filings specifically for expenditures with a description of salary in the descriptor. Okay, salary. And you want to look at that. It's imperative. Okay, the second word you want to run through there is consulting. Okay, you want to go in there, and for the expenditure description, you want to keyword search all the expenditures by consulting somewhere in the description of the expenditure. Okay, you want to do that. The third word is legal. Okay, legal. You want to search all the expenditures for the word legal. Sometimes they'll say legal fees, blah, blah, blah. But the thinking is this, right? If a campaign is somehow, if money is somehow being taken out of the campaign and being used for something that isn't legally allowed, for example, you had a candidate for president some years back that was convicted for using campaign funds to pay his side chick money and give her benefits, and his baby mama on the side, right? So campaign accounts can be used like that, right? And when they are, if you that you have to find they have to find creative ways to make the money go out that won't make people say, well, what's that about? And so they will pay consulting fees to companies that may be linked to this side person, right? Or some other entity that they shouldn't be sending money to, or they will hide it or mask it through legal fees, right? There was a candidate for president whose super PAC, an unaffiliated PAC, super PAC that was supporting their candidacy, used that way to funnel money to pay people to do this report that made the news all over the place, right? So legal fees is a way that the money can be hidden, is through that way. And then the other way is salary, right? You want to see who the campaign is paying, because sometimes they just straight up will pay the girlfriend or the boyfriend, or they will pay the baby mama, side baby mama. They will just do it that way, and you'll see it in the salary. And so whenever you do this, by the way, you also want to, when you get the results, you want to list the results from highest to lowest. Like, don't waste your time on small dollar amounts. Anything, things less than, like, for state races, I say anything less than like $500 or less, they don't even worry about it. For federal races, I'd say anything less than 1,000, not to really worry about it in those categories. So anyway, so that's the second thing you got to do, is use those 3 words to filter the expenditures. Now the third thing now, and once again, these are the 3 things that you do when you're going through campaign filings, that if you do these things, you will uncover corruption. You will, okay? It's not guaranteed or your money back, but it's pretty close to guaranteed. Okay, so the third thing, number 3, always look, go wherever a candidate has to file campaign filings, there is going to be an entity that is regulating these filings, okay? And that entity, you can go directly to their website, and what you want to look for are letters that they send out to campaign committees for violating some kind of rule and warning them or asking for stuff. And so, like in the FEC, for example, you will see in the campaign filings of any campaign committee, you will see a letter to the campaign as an option to choose from, and the various filings under any campaign. So you want to look at those letters. You want to examine what it is exactly that they're violating, because that is usually a really good roadmap for something wrong, especially when you come across a campaign that has just numerous filing mistakes, where there's just letter after letter, and especially if you see that it takes a long time for the campaign to respond to these letters. When you start seeing that, that's just a huge red flag. So any campaign you see that on, you want to stick to that, and you just want to dig and dig and dig forever, because sooner or later you will find what they're doing. Okay, so once again, these are the 3 things that you have to do. It's not guaranteed or your money back, but I'm telling you, it's pretty close. If you do these 3 things, you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to find a lot of corruption, and it's going to give a lot of bad guys a lot of heartburn. Anyway, this was fun. Have a good night.